Attention duelists. Phoenix here on a Friday, bringing you a watch and learn. I think I might start doing something new this year, where watch and learns come out twice a week. Start your week off right, kick the weekend off right. But this is still in the feeling it out phases. So let's hop right into it and see what happens on this Friday of the new year. Also, I really like doing the watch and learns. Alright. Some level branded. Opens up with Pot of Prosp, sends away 3. Grabs Maxi. Activates Fusion Destiny. Sending away Dasher and Blade Master to make DPE. Why they send away Dasher? No, why'd they send away Blade Master? They could be running Malicious. And they grabbed Blade Master with the Pot of Prosperity, so they didn't need him in hand for Fusion Destiny. They could have grabbed the Imperm or... No, that's right, they did grab Maxi. I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, they have DP. Let's see what their opponent's running. Opponent sets 4, activates White Elixir. Chains Maxi into it. Sorry, Elixir of Black Awakening, which will summon the Golden Lord. During the end phase, DP will destroy itself and the Golden Lord. DP's effect to revive goes off. Maxi got them 1, passes turn. DP comes back during the standby. Player uses Paleozoic Dinomischus. DP will chain, because of course it will. Destroys itself and another set card, which was the White Elixir. Player has to pitch a card for Dinomischus, which is another Eldritch. Random player sets their Imperm and passes. Next turn, standby phase, DP comes back. Player sets 1. Eldritch will send away Cursed Eld land to add itself to the hand, and then summon itself with protections. Swings Eldritch at DPE. They fire off Imperm, pop the other card that was in Imperm's row so it cannot be activated this turn, or rather its effect is negated this turn. DP destroys itself and the set Paleozoic Dinomischus, and Eldritch will instead swing direct. Being in phase, the Black Elixir will banish itself to set Golden Land forever. Player did, during their draw phase, will activate their drawn branded opening, which their opponent will chain Golden Land forever. Negating the branded opening, branded player not making a lot of headway. The DP is doing its damnedest to hold them together. On its summon, player will activate Torrential Tribute. DP will chain, which is unnecessary. Destroying itself and Torrential. DP's effect goes off to resummon itself. Branded player passes turn. We're on turn 6 now, of nothing really happening. DP comes back again. Eldritch player activates Pot of Extravagance. Finishes 6, draws 2. Sends 1 away, which is Skill Drain. They may want to keep that to get the Golden Lord back. Summons himself. They should not have... Hang on a second. Why didn't the DPE player use DP's effect to destroy itself in the other set back row? Strange. Eldritch destroys DPE. During the draw phase, Dasher will banish itself to summon Effect Veiler, and then DPE will summon itself back again. Player summons Tri-Brigade Mercurier, activates Super Poly, pitching Nibiru, defuse DPE and the Mercurier. For Predaplant, Dragostepelia. Opponent uses Torrential Tribute. Dragostepelia uses its effect to put a Preda counter on Golden Lord. Branded opening will protect Dragostepelia. And player passes. That feels like a waste. Eldritch player will set a Solemn Judgment, use it to add a Golden Lord to their hand, and then summon it. Dragon Stapelia will put a Preda counter on that Golden Lord, and that one will swing over Stapelia. Random players at 3,100, only a Super Poly in hand. They draw Max C. They sit the Super Poly for a Fake Out and pass. Opponent activates Pot of Extravagance, getting rid of 3 to draw 1. Finishes the Elixir of White Awakening. Reset Aquero. Turns the Eldritch to attack mode. Swings with both of them for game. Player shoots off Maxi just because they can. But they had nothing. I don't know why they fused away their DPE, because that feels like a big mistake. Oh well. Eldritch beats Branded. Drytron, one of you guys, you fossils. Opens up with Pot of Prosp, banishing 6. Adds Cyber Angel Ben 10. Uses the effect of Alpha Thuban, tributing Ben 10 to summon itself, and getting a Herald of Ultimateness add to hand. Ben 10's effect will add Diviner of the Herald to hand. Player summons Diviner. Diviner will send an Ava to the graveyard. Ava for being sent to graveyard will banish itself and Ben 10. In order to... No, it banishes the Diviner and Ben 10 to add another Diviner and a Herald of Orange Light. Player uses Drytron Nova to summon Zeta. Zeta and Alpha are going to overlay for Mu Beta Fafnir. Mu Beta will detach a... Well, on its XE summon will send away... Which one are you, Gamma? No, I was wrong. It sent away another Zeta. Zeta will tribute the Herald to summon itself and add Meteonis Drytron to hand. Player activates Meteonis Drytron, targeting the Herald, sending away their Zeta. Herald of Ult is on board. Meteonis Drytron will reduce the stats of Mu Beta Fafnir to add itself back to hand. They set a Solemn and pass. Getting around the Herald could be tricky. Opponent activates Shaddoll Fusion. Herald will pitch Herald of Orange Light to negate that. Not paying attention, the opponent will fire off Called By, targeting the Herald of Orange Light, and then go for Branded Opening. Branded Opening will be negated by Herald of Ultimateness, not a once per turn. And still with 2 more negations on standby just from Herald and the Solemn. Herald of Orange Light being negated does not matter. Shaddoll Fusion and Branded Opening have both been stopped. Player summons Aluber, which that is going to be hit by the Solemn. There goes their normal summon. Branded player passes turn. Herald has hard stopped them. Drytron player activates Pre-Preparation of Rites, getting Cyber Angel and Natasha to their hand. Zeta will tribute the Natasha to summon itself and add Meteonis Drytron to hand. Activates Meteonis Drytron, targeting Natasha. Mu Beta Fafnir detaches a material for cost. Cyber Angel Natasha hits the board. Alpha Thuban will tribute Natasha to summon itself and add Drytron Meteonis Draconidus. Player will use Meteonis Drytron to summon the Draconidus. Sorry, Draconids. Draconids. Player turns Herald to attack mode, swings with Fafnir, Herald of Ultimateness, and Draconids for game. Random player hard shut down by Herald. Not used to seeing Branded lose matches. It's nice. Skill drain. Hate to see it. Another Eldritch player. The opponent activates Sword Soul Emergence, getting Taya added to their hand. Summons Taya. Taya will banish the Emergence to summon a token. Syncs the 2 together, gets Chishao. Chishao and Taya's effects will activate. Taya will send away Moye And Chishao will add Long Wan. Activate Sword Soul Sacred Summit to revive Moye. Moye on summon reveals Long Wan. Summons a token. The two sync together for Adamantipator Risen Dragite. Moye, on being sent away, will let them draw a card. Long Wan will pitch the Ashuna, summon itself and a token. Ashuna will banish itself to summon Adhara from the deck. Token and Long Wan will make Chen Ying. Long Wan will deal 1200. Player sets one and passes. Player opens up with Harpy's Feather Duster, which is allowed to resolve. Getting rid of a Cosmic Cyclone. Player then moves for Pot of Prosperity. Adamantipator Dragite will stop that one. Cursed Eldland is then activated, paying 800 to add the Golden Lord to hand. Uses Golden Lord's effect, pitching itself and Scarlet Sanguine. Chishao will activate its effect, banishing a card for cost and targeting Dragite with its effect for negation. The Supreme Sovereign is sent away by Eldritch's effect. Eldritch will then send away the Cursed Eld land to add itself back to hand. Maxi is activated in response to that. The Golden Lord's added to hand. Hits the board with boosted stats and protections. Cursed Eld land will be for being sent to the graveyard. Will send away Hakero. The Eld Lord swings over the Dragite. Sets two cards. During the end phase, Scarlet Sanguine will banish itself. Set a golden land forever. Hakero will be banished in order to set another Scarlet Sanguine. And they pass. Back to the Sword Soul player. They're going to link off their Adhara as the first thing to make Monk of the Tenyi. Adhara will banish itself from the graveyard to add Long Wan back to hand. Chishao will banish Sword Soul Sacred Summit and negate Eldritch's effect. They summon Taya, who will banish Taya and attempt to summon the token, but will be stopped by Skill Drain. They set one. During the end phase, player activates Conquistador, which will destroy the Chishao, and activates Scarlet Sanguine to summon another Eldritch from the deck. Not looking great for Sword Soul. Eldritch draws Anti-Spell Fragrance. Is going to link off Conquistador and Eldritch for Lina the Light Charmer Lustrous. Sets one, which is Anti-Spell, which will be sent away by Eldritch's effect, but that Eldritch is going to be hit by Called By. Moving to battle, Lina will swing over the Monk of the Tenyi, and Eldritch will swing over Taya. During the end phase, Scarlet Sanguine will banish itself to set Hakero, and pass. And again, during the end phase, Conquistador will banish itself to set another Scarlet Sanguine. Sword Soul player uses Sword Soul Emergence, adding Moye to hand. Use Long Wan's effect, pitching Moye, but will be countered by Golden Land Forever, which tributes the Eldritch to negate. Sword Soul player passes, nothing on board. During the end phase, Scarlet Sanguine will revive an Eldritch. Player uses Hakero, summon itself, and banish Chen Ying from the opponent's graveyard. Eldritch player draws Cyframe Gear Gamma. Links off Hakero and the Eldritch for Vampire Sucker. Scarlet Sanguine will banish itself to set Hakero. Eldritch will send away Hakero to add itself back to hand, and then summon itself with boosted stats. I believe they have lethal on board. Swing with Sucker and Lina, and Eldritch for game. As much as that might look like Eldritch beat Sword Soul, I'm going to say Skill Drain beat Sword Soul. Got another branded deck here. Opponent activates Trade In, pitching a Jet Dragon. Summons a White Stone of Ancients. Opponent uses Max C. Player sets 3 and passes. Sorry about that, I was sending a text. During the standby phase, player will immediately shotgun a Max C. Opponent will use Infinite Imperm, targeting the White Stone. That won't matter because its effect activates from the graveyard. Player uses Cosmic Cyclone, which does hit Infinite Impermanence. Summons Fallen of Albaz, pitching Dramaturge to fuse Albaz with the White Stone, and makes Albion. Albion will fuse the Fallen of Albaz and the Dramaturge to make Rebellion. Rebellion will pitch the Effect Veiler to fuse Albion with Fallen of Albaz, sending them both back to their decks, and making Mirror Jade. He gave the opponent 3 cards, though, off of Max C. Said that weird. Max C. I am Max C. Passes turn to the Blue-Eyes player. Opens up with an Imperm, targeting Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade will send away Albion to banish a card. Banishes itself. Player sets 1, activates True Light, which sets Ultimate Fusion. Summons Sage with Eyes of Blue, who will add another White Stone of Ancients to their hand. Then activates their own branded fusion, sending away Dictator of D and Fallen of Albaz to make their own Lubellion. Lubellion will pitch a White Stone of Ancients, fusing itself with Albaz for their own Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade will banish an Albion to banish Lubellion. Moving to battle, Mirror Jade will swing for 3,000. During the end phase, Albion will set branded in red. And the White Stone of Ancients will summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon. During the opponent's end phase, Albion will set branded Retribution. Branded Banishment. A lot of branded cards. Branded player draws Ash Blossom for turn. Opponent activates Skill Drain, chaining True Light, setting the ultimate creature of destruction. Passes turn, player will tribute the Sage and the Blue Eyes for the Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. Uses True Light to summon back Blue Eyes White Dragon. Moving to battle, Mirror Jade will swing, and Blue Eyes will follow up for game. Branded Blue beats Branded. Ooh, got heroes this time. Love heroes. Opening player fully passes. Hero player going second uses E-Emergency Call to add Stratos to their hand. Summons Stratos, who will add Ferris to the hand. Ferris uses its effect, tributing Liquid Soldier to summon itself. On being summoned, will set Increase. Increase will tribute Ferris to summon itself. Increase will summon Vion. Vion will send away Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist, for being sent to grave, will let them add Stratos to the hand. Vion will banish the Shadow Mist and chain Honest Neos, boosting Stratos' attack. Feel like you're getting ahead of yourself here, bud. Vion adds Polymerization to the hand. Activates Polymerization, fusing the Stratos in their hand with the increase on the field, making Sunrise. Sunrise adds Miracle Fusion to the hand. Activates Miracle Fusion, fusing Liquid Soldier and Stratos, making Absolute Zero. Liquid Soldier in the graveyard lets him draw 2, pitch 1. He has the Winged Dragon of Ra. On being attacked, player will use Sunrise's effect unnecessarily to destroy their own attacking Vion. Follows up with an attack from Sunrise, then Absolute Zero, and then Stratos for game. Hero wins against someone who did nothing. Labyrinth player getting a little bit of a rough opening, but they do have Ariana and a Pod Frostby. Opponent summons Adamantipator Analyzer, uses its effect, or uses the effect of Seeker and hand to summon itself. Player uses Maxi, which will resolve. Going to get a lot of draws off of this. Seeker on someone will start excavating. Maxi challenge is being undertook. Player is running Nemesis Corridor. Seeker will bring out Doki Doki. Doki Doki will pitch the Tackle Crusader. Yeah, discard Tackle Crusader. Discard a Rock Monster special one from your deck. One Rock Monster with the same original attribute and level. Tackle Crusader. Not really going to resolve any of its effects. Opponent has nothing on board. Doki Doki will be stopped by Ash Blossom. Analyzer will now use its Excavation. Summon Koakimeru Supplier. Supplier on someone will add Koakimeru Guardian to hand. Seeker and Supplier are going to sync together for Adamantipator Risen Raptite. Raptite will use its Excavation. It's a grass looks greener Adamantipator. Brings out Xenoguitar. Xenoguitar and Analyzer are going to overlay for Gallant Granite. Granite will use its effect to add a rock monster to the hand. Lock Dragon. Xenoguitar from being sent to the graveyard will return Supplier from the graveyard to the hand. And return a card to the deck. Block Dragon summon by banishing Seeker, Tackle Crusader, and a Xenoguitar. Xenoguitar for being sent away. Or for being... This card is banished. You can send a rock monster from deck to the graveyard. This card, it'll be Revival Golem. Revival Golem will summon itself from being sent to the graveyard. Block Dragon, Risen Raptite, and the... Block Dragon, Risen Raptite, and Gallant Grant will all be linked off for Ra 10, the Heavenly General. Player will then use the effect of Adamantipator Researcher. Block Dragon will add Researcher, Seeker, and a Koakimeru Supplier. Researcher will summon herself. Use her Excavation. Missed on every hit. Doki Doki and Revival Golem will link off into IP Masquerena. Koakimeru Supplier will summon itself for a rock monster being sent to the graveyard. IP, Koakimeru, and Researcher will all make Appaloosa. Passes turn. Labyrinth player has a lot of options. Opens up with Pot of Extravagance, banishing 6, drawing 2. Summons Ariana, the Labyrinth Servant, who adds a Chandragolier to hand. Activates Labyrinth, activates Lord of Heavenly Prison, sets 5, and during the end phase has to discard a lot. Discarding Ghastly Glitch, Lord of Heavenly Prison, Labyrinth Chandragolier, Compulsory Evacuation Device, Welcome Labyrinth, and Eradicator Epidemic Virus. The set cards are Dimensional Barrier, Ice Dragon's Prison, Welcome Labyrinth, Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch, and Compulsory Evacuation Device. Passes turn to the opponent's draw phase, activates Welcome Labyrinth to summon Lovely Labyrinth. Lovely Labyrinth is going on its summon is going to have the effect of targeting Appaloosa to destroy it, and Compulsory Evacuation Device will. Yes, the Welcome Labyrinth attempted to destroy the Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, but is protected due to being made by IP Masquerena. Then the player switched using Compulsory Evacuation Device to bounce her away, and now because a monster was moved from the field by a trap card, Lovely Labyrinth will destroy a card either randomly in hand or the one on the field. And also because a trap card was activated, Ariana's effect will activate, and the Welcome Labyrinth that was sent to the grave this turn will activate to reset itself, and Chandragolier's effect will activate to add itself back to the hand. Ariana draws a card, which is Absolute King Backjack. They choose not to set anything, and Lovely will destroy a card in hand, which is Seeker. Opponent will summon Koakimeru Guardian, and then will chain into Ice Dragon's prison, which will take the Researcher. Then both will be banished. Moving into battle, the Rattan's effect will activate at the start of battle phase to destroy Lovely Labyrinth and will swing over Ariana. But player will use Ghastly Glitch to destroy him and send away a Stovey Torby. Labyrinth, because a monster was removed from the field due to a non-Labyrinth trap effect, will resummon Lovely Labyrinth. Player uses Shen Dragler's effect, pitching itself and Absolute King Backjack to set a Welcome Labyrinth. Backjack will stack the deck. Player draws Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Activates Welcome Labyrinth again to summon a second Lovely Labyrinth. Activates Lord of Heavenly Prison to protect the back rows. Sorry. Lord of Heavenly Prison effect will activate because a back row is activated to summon itself. Moves to battle, swings with Lovely. Lovely again. And the Lord for game. Praise the Lord. Labyrinth beats Adamantipator. Now we got Budget Sword Soul, it looks like. Opponent sets one monster and passes. Player will special summon Ecclesia by her own effect. Tribute her to summon Moye. Moye will reveal the Gordon Sword Soul in hand, summon a token. Sinks the two off, which is Shao. Moye Shao combo activates. Draw a card, add Long Wan. Long Wan's effect will activate, pitching the Golden Sword Soul. Summons itself and a token. The two will make Cheng Ying. Long Wan deals 1200. Player sets one more. Cheng Ying swings into a Morphing Jar number 2, which will send away both those monsters. And no monsters were shuffled into their main decks, so Morphing Jar will not summon anything, actually. Opponent will activate a Feather Duster, which will go into the opponent's Threatening Roar, so no attacks can be declared this turn, so it's unlikely this ends now. But it will sweep up the Imperm as well. Sets one card, activates Card Destruction, which will go against an Ash Blossom to be negated. I'm wording this weird. This is a weird match, though. Player summons Red Resonator, which summons the Red Sprinter. Actually, I'm going to reclock that. Oh yeah, Red Resonator let him summon Red Sprinter, and the two sync together for Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising will target Red Resonator and summon it back. Red Resonator will increase the life points by the amount of Red Rising Dragon. And those two will sync together for Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. Then use the Monster Reborn to resummon the Red Rising. Moves into battle, cannot swing. Ends their turn. Sword Soul player draws Forbidden Droplet, activates Monster Reborn, resummons Ecclesia. Tributes Ecclesia. Gets Moye. Reveals Sword Soul Sacred Summit to get a token. Sinks the two off for Chishao again. Moye Chishao combo. Draw one, add one, getting Taya and Long Wan. Long Wan will pitch the Sacred Summit, summon herself and a token. The two sync together for Cheng Ying. Long Wan will effect to do 1200 again. Cheng Ying swings over Red Rising. Player not doing their normal summon to get Taya, which is a little strange. Because Taya's effect to banish a card on just whenever to summon a token would have enabled the Supreme Cheng Ying to banish a card. Yeah. That would have, if you would have summoned Taya and used Taya's effect to banish a Sword Soul card from the graveyard, that would have kicked off Cheng Ying. Cheng Ying could have banished the Scarlet Red Dragon, and he could have had the opponent wide open. Misplay. Archfiend player's turn. summons another red resonator. Scarlet will use its effect. And Chishao will use its effect in turn, banishing a card to negate the effect of Archfiend. Now, because the card was banished, Qingying will banish the red resonator and the red rising dragon from the graveyard. Archfiend will swing into Qingying, destroying itself. Sad. Sword Soul player now summons Taya, who will banish Long Wand to summon a token. The Golden Sword Soul will banish itself to summon Ecclesia. Ecclesia attributes herself to summon the Sword Soul Auspice. Who runs Auspice? Making Baron de Fleur. Another card is banished. And now the Sword Soul player will swing it all in, unimpeded for game. Sword Soul beats Red Archfiend, I guess. Resonator. It didn't do much. Now we've got a branded Dogmatica. Summons Ecclesia the Virtuous. Will add Dogmatica Nation to hand. Activates Dogmatica Nation and passes turn. That was a nothing burger. Opponent activates Branded Lost, which will be stopped by Ash Blossom. Sorry, they activated Branded Opening, which was stopped by Ash Blossom. Then they used Branded Fusion, having baited out the Ash Blossom, sending away Ecclesia and Albion and Albaz to make Albion. Albion, on its summon, will banish Fallen of Albaz and a Trebregate Mercurier from the hand to make Lubellion. Lubellion uses its effect, pitching Branded in red. Sorry, not Branded in red. Branded in white. Mercurier chains, adding a Fallen of Albaz to hand. Now Lubellion's effect will go off, fusing itself and Fallen of Albaz into Mirror Jade. Player normal summons Fallen of Albaz, pitching a Maxi, fusing him with the opponent's Ecclesia, making a second Albion. He has lethal on board. Swings with Mirror Jade, Albion, and Albion. Branded beats, I guess, Dogmatica. This is a strange thing to see. Opponent activates Fateful Adventure, getting Water Enchantress of the Temple. Pitching Water Enchantress. Activating Prank Kid's Place, getting Dropsies added to hand. Summons Dropsies, links Dropsies off for Meow Meow Moo. Dropsies for being sent away will activate. A monster with a special summon, so Fateful Adventure will add an Adventure Equip card, in this case Draco back. Dropsies will give him 1,000 life points and summon Fansies. Fansies and Meow Meow will link off for Dodo Doodle Doo. Fansies effect will activate, as will Dodo Doodle. Prank Kid's Pandemonium is added to hand. And Fansies will send away a Prank Kid's Pranks and summon Lampsies. Water Enchantress will banish herself to add Rite of Aramasir. Dodo Doodle and Lampsies will make Bow Wow Bark. Lampsies will deal 500 and summon Roxy's. Will activate Prank Kid's Pandemonium, fusing Bow Wow Bark with the Roxy's that was summoned by Lampsies to make Rocket Ride. Prank Kid's Place will activate, as will Roxy's. It's chain 2. Roxy's will banish Draco back to summon Fansies, and Place will boost the attack stats of their monsters by 500. Rocket Ride will tribute itself to summon Bow Wow and Dodo. Dodo will tribute itself. to add Prank Kids Pranks and Pandemonium back to hand. Player activates Prank Kids Pranks, sets 2, and during the end phase, Pranks will target Roxy's, Dodo Doodle, and the Rocket Ride. Returns to the deck and lets player draw 1. During the draw phase of the opponent's turn, Bow Bark will tribute itself, add Fansies and Dropsies back to hand. And then they activate Maxi. Their opponent activates Hey Trunade, shuffling all set cards back to the hand, setting 4 and passing. Prank Kids has a lot of resources available, starting with Rite of Aramesir. Opponent activates Dust Tornado, targeting Prank Kids' place. The place is swept away. The token is still summoned. Fateful Adventure will then add Wandering Griffin Rider to hand, and will discard Nibiru. Griffin Rider will summon itself, or attempt to, but Gravedigger's Trap Hole will negate the effect of it activating in hand, and destroy it. Sorry, not destroy it, just deal 2,000. The Adventure token will then link itself off for a Link Spider. Then Link Spider and Fansies will link together for Verte Anaconda. Player activates Prank Kids Pandemonium, using Lampsies and Dropsies from their hand. Make Weather Washer. Lampsies and Dropsies effects will activate. Dropsies healing for 1,000 and summoning Roxy's. Lampsies dealing 500 and summoning another Dropsies. Both Roxy's and Dropsies are going to link together for Dodo Doodle Doo. Roxy's effect will activate with Dodo Doodle Doo as Chain Link 2. Dodo Doodle will get Prank Kid's Place added to hand. Roxy's will banish a Fansies from hand to summon Dropsies and draw 1. Prank Kid's Place is activated. Then Verte will activate its effect to use Thunder Dragon Fusion, making Prank Kids Battle Butler. The place will boost the stats of all the players' monsters. They swing with the Battle Butler. They swing with Dodo Doodle Doo. The opponent cannot activate cards until the end of the damage step thanks to Weather Washer if Prank Kids monsters attack, which is preventing that magic cylinder from going off, which is just unfortunate. Because after all the Prank Kids monsters attack, that's game. Oh, this is one of those do-nothing Zexal decks. I'm not commentating that. Alright, now we got a Triple D player. The opponent activates Runic Tip, adding Runic Fountain to their hand. Banishing one of the opponent's cards. Runic Tip is activated. Sorry, Runic Fountain's activated. And then Smiting Storm is used to summon Hugin, the Runic Wings. Hugin will pitch a Runic Tip. Runic Fountain will chain. You send cards back and draw. Hugin will let them add another Runic Fountain to their hand. They summon Alibur, who will add Branded Fusion. Activate Branded Fusion. Sends away Fallen of Albaz and Despian Tragedy. This is an unusual combination, Runic Branded. Despian Tragedy's effect will activate, as will Lubellion. Lubellion pitching Runic Tip again. Third time it's gone to grave this turn. Lubellion fusing itself with Albaz for Mirror Jade. Tragedy's effect to add Ad Libitum. Mirror Jade will banish Albion, will send away Albion from the extra deck, to banish Alibur and set Branded in red. Opponent's turn. They start with a Feather Duster, smart opening. Opponent Opponent has to activate their Branded in red now, targeting Despian Tragedy. Tragedy is added to hand. And then they fuse Mirror Jade with Tragedy and Ad Libitum to make Guardian Chimera. Duster will then sweep away the cards, so Fountain is no longer in play. Tragedy's effect, as well as Ad Libitum, will activate. Ad Libitum, of course, targeting Mirror Jade to summon it back. Mirror Jade hits the field again, its effect reactivatable. Tragedy, adding an Aliber to hand. Triple D player sets one back row and one monster, which Mirror Jade will banish that monster during the end phase with Sanguine Albion and banish Night Howl. Albion, for being banished, sent away, will let them add Branded Fusion to hand. And during the opponent's turn, they're going to activate a fresh Runic Fountain, which is going to be hit by Solemn. But with no more cards on board, the opponent having well over the amount needed to just run them over, this match is as good as done. But almost trust a Branded player to take it too far, them activating Branded Fusion again, making a new Lubellion off of Tragedy and Albaz. Both effects activating once more, making a Masquerade this time, getting Aliber added to hand. Or maybe the match isn't over quite yet, as they cannot enter their battle phase due to the effects of Runic cards. Opponent summons Savant Kepler. Kepler will add Contract with the Swamp King, which will be activated. The Masquerade is going to make this very expensive. Contract with the Swamp King will fuse Kepler with Chaos King Apocalypse for Dragonbane King Beowulf. Mirror Jade will send away a third Albion to banish Beowulf. They activate Monster Reborn to resummon the Chaos King. Chaos King will swing over Masquerade. And during the end phase, Albion will add a Branded Opening to hand. Now I'd say this match is over. Despian Tragedy will banish itself in order to set Branded in red. Player then uses Runic Slumber. This match is going to take a lot longer if they keep playing Runic cards. They use Runic Flashing Fire to destroy the Chaos King. Runic Destruction to destroy the Contract with the Swamp King. Lubellion and Hugin will make Verte as a Link summon. Verte will pay 2,000 for Fusion Destiny. This is the weirdest hodgepodge pile I've seen in a long time. Making DPE, they use Branded Opening to add Despian Tragedy to their hand. Their battle phase is skipped due to Runic cards. Double D player sets a monster. DPE will destroy Verte and that monster, which is DD Ghost. DD Ghost will send away a Contract with the Swamp King. Does this player just not pay attention to the fact that they can't attack if they keep activating Runic cards? Because this is just them dragging out this duel. I'm not going to comment on this. There's nothing to say other than he's summoning more monsters and then can't do anything with them because he doesn't read his own cards. He's made Chimera again. He has to end his turn. The opponent has nothing to go forward against a Mirror Jade, two Chimeras, Runic cards that can be activated from the hand, and DPE. As soon as he tries anything, DPE is there to stop it. It's the opponent's turn. DPE is on the field. He activates another Runic card, so he can't swing. This is dumb. You could have won so long ago. I'm moving on. That sucks. Whoever that player is, eat dirt. Okay, Predaplant. These names will be fun. Opponent activates Pot of Extravagance, getting rid of 6. Player chains Max C to that. Max C resolves. Player summons Ariana. Ariana will add Welcome Labyrinth to hand. Maxi is not going to get them much payoff here. Opponent uses Chandragolier, pitching itself and Stovey Torby to set Labyrinth Labyrinth. Activates Labyrinth Labyrinth, sets 3 back row, and passes. Spread up player's turn. They set Stay Sailor Roamer in. The opponent will activate Welcome Labyrinth, which will be countered by Ash Blossom. Opponent activates Ghastly Glitch, sending away a Lovely Labyrinth to destroy the set Stay Sailor. Stay Sailor's effect will activate for being sent to the graveyard. Labyrinth's effect will activate to summon a monster. In this case, Lovely Labyrinth. Stay Sailor will send away Biblisp. Biblisp, for being sent, will add Sarasenet. And Predator player passes turn. Labyrinth player will use Lovely's effect to set Welcome Labyrinth. And one more, swings with Lovely into Sarasenet's effect to summon itself. Player continues their swing. Sarasenet destroys the monsters it battles with, which means Lovely is destroyed. And then adds Chlamydo Sundew to hand. Ariana then swings direct. Labyrinth player passes. Predator player draws Keeper of Dragon Magic, summons it, using its effect pitching a Predator Practice to add Branded Fusion to hand. Activates Branded Fusion, sending away Fallen Albas and Predapant Biblisp to make Lubellion. Lubellion's effect will activate on summon, discarding Predaplant Fusion, and Biblisp's effect will activate to add a Predator monster to hand. Compulsory Evacuation Device will activate, targeting Lubellion. Lubellion goes back. Biblisp adds Bufulacula to hand, and Lubellion will fuse together Biblisp and Sarasenet, still able to use its effect, making Ambulo Melodies. Ambulo Melodies' effect will activate to add a Predator card, and Labyrinth's effect will activate to resummon a monster. Lovely Labyrinth is back. Ambulo Melodies will return Predator Prime Fusion to the hand. Labyrinth player uses Dogmatica Punishment, and player chains Predator Prime Fusion. To that, Welcome Labyrinth is chained. Welcome Labyrinth will summon Chandragolier and target the Ambulo Melodies for destruction, which will be destroyed. No longer having a Predaplant monster on the field means Predator Prime Fusion cannot resolve. Monsters left the field by trap card effect, so Ariana and Lovely's effects will activate. Ariana draws one and sets a card. Lovely will destroy a card in hand, which is Chlamydo Sundew. Predator uses Predator Practice, summoning Bufulacula and adding a new Chlamydo Sundew to hand. Chandragolier will discard itself and a card from hand to set a Welcome Labyrinth. Can't be activated this turn. Predaplant player has to end their turn. During the opponent's draw phase, they will activate Ice Dragon's Prison, summoning the Ambulo Melodies and using it to banish itself and Bufulacula. The monster was removed from the field by trap card effect, so Lovely and Ariana's effects and Labyrinth's effects will activate because it was a non-Labyrinth card. Labyrinth will summon Chandragolier. Ariana draws one. Lovely will destroy the last card in their hand. Chandragolier gets rid of itself and pitches Backjack to set Welcome Labyrinth. Backjack lets the player stack the deck. Lovely will set another Ice Dragon's Prison. Activate Welcome Labyrinth, summoning Lovely Labyrinth that will offset Backjack stacking the deck. Player swings with Lovely and Lovely again, and Ariana for game. Labyrinth completely shutting down Predaplant. Ooh, Galaxy Eyes. This will be disappointing. I have experience running Galaxy Eyes and it never works. But they are playing against a self-destruct deck. You probably summon Giant Kozaki and Cybernetic Fusion support, paying half their life points. They're down to 1,500. They activate Abyssal Designator, paying 1,000. And then perform Pal Popper Up, pitching one, drawing one, taking 1,000. hope that Galaxy player is happy with the one match they're going to win today. Invoked Runic. People are doing gross things with Runic these days. Opponent uses Upstart Goblin. And Upstart Goblin. And Upstart Goblin. That's unrealistic. Then Magical Mallet. Probably what? Royal Magic Library Exodia. Sending back to Drung 2. Activating Zexal Construction. Oh. Revealing Destruct Potion. Getting Ascended Sage. Summon Ascended Sage and Armed Sage to overlay for Utopia. Utopia will add Hyper Rank Up Magic to their hand. Goes further into Utopia Ray. Activates Hyper Rank Up Magic, turning Utopia Ray into Utopia Dragonar. Dragonar will detach 2. Summoning the Numeron Dragon. Hyper Rank Up Magic will equip itself to Numeron Dragon. Numeron Dragon detaches the Hyper Rank Up Magic, bumping its stats up to 1300. Player activates Mystic Walk, tributing the Numeron Dragon, choosing its attack stat, and chaining Dragonar's effect. Dragonar will summon Manipulator of Souls. Mystic Walk will give them gain 1300 life points. Manipulator of Souls will give them 1300 attack stat and deal 13,000 damage to the opponent. Zombie player now with the white banking. Banking. They should make a card called White Banking. Show that man trying to get a loan for his family. Get a nice house. Activates Call of the Mummy, using it to summon Ballardrock. Normal summons Necroworld Banshee. Banishes itself to activate Zombie World. And passes. Not the most amazing zombie opener, but pretty good. Actually, let's look at how this could have been better. Should have summoned Necroworld Banshee, linked off into Vampire Sucker, activated Zombie World. Then during the next turn, Ballardrock would summon itself. You'd have Vampire Sucker draw you a card. And you could have banished Necroworld Banshee from the grave anyway. Opponent uses Feather Duster, sweeping up the Call of the Mummy and the Zombie World. Activates Cubic Dharma. Cubic Dharma will pitch Cubic Karma. Cubic Karma will banish itself, adding a Nova Cubic Lord to their hand. Uses Foolish Burial Goods, sending away another Cubic Karma. Cubic Karma will banish itself again to add another Crimson Nova. Cubic Karma in hand is revealed, as with Buster Gundil and Vijam, to summon a Nova. Those 3 cards are going to be revealed again to summon the second Nova. Nova's a pretty good card. Must be special summoned by revealing 3 other Cubic cards with different names from your hand. Can't be special summoned other ways. Unaffected by other monsters' activated effects, whose original attack is 3,000 or less. Once the attacking card destroys a monster by battle, you can activate this effect to make the card make a second attack during your battle phase. During your end phase, each player takes 3,000 damage. Player then activates Cubic Karma, targeting one of his lords, giving it 5,400 attack points. It swings over the opponent's monster, and then swings direct for perfect game. Cubic beats zombies. That was a sudden and unexpected end. Speaking of ending suddenly and unexpectedly, I'm going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed this Friday edition of the Watch and Learn. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you catch the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.